iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
Jane Monheit, welcome to iHeartRadio Broadway.
Thank you for having me.
So first and foremost, we're literally at the year mark of the shutdown, and everyone who's been on in the last couple of days, I'm just checking in to see how you're doing at the 1 year anniversary of the pandemic and us basically being shut down.
It's funny. My last real gig was honestly a year ago today. Or no, I think it was on the 10th, and then I flew home on the 11th is what it was. Do you know what I mean? But I was playing in Russia, and it was this gigantic big band affair. It was this huge, splashy. It was really fun with Igor Bootman. And I got home, and then everything closed, and all I could think was, wow, I'm glad I went out with a bang. You know what I mean? But it's been a year now, and we've been doing these online shows, which have been really fun. But it's not the same as getting in front of a live audience.
Well, talk to me about doing the online shows. What has that been like for you during the past year to still be able to be there for your fan base and to still have an opportunity to, keep the performing bug going?
It's honestly like keeping us sane first and foremost. You know what I mean? The fact that we have an outlet to perform, and we've had to create one, and I think everyone has. My husband is my drummer normally, so he learned how to do all the sound and video because there was no room to set up drums. You know what I mean? Because we're just doing these little duo concerts. And so, we've just found a way to sort of like repurpose our talents and make this thing happen. And not only is it paying the rent, it's been just so much fun. I can't even explain it. I have an amazing accompanist on the West Coast named Max Hamer. And, we do these shows together all the time. And we're about to do one with the full band, a live stream with the full band for our album release. That's going to be March 12th. And it might be available on demand afterwards as well. I'm not positive. But yeah, I'm just so anxious to get back in front of people though,
And one of the reasons why we're talking today is your new album is being released on the 12th, which is technically tomorrow, which this interview will be released on the 12th. So it's Come What May, and it's celebrating your 20th year in the business. And what is it like creating and recording an album during this pandemic?
It was interesting. And we definitely relied on our, jazz musician skills to get it done. Do you know what I mean? In jazz, we're used to improvising. We're used to having to just get on stage and deliver without a lot of rehearsal, without a lot of, anything. We need to just get up there and make it happen. You know what I mean? It's what we do. And so for safety's sake, we spent as little time together as possible making this record. We recorded it together live in only 2 days, which is nothing. Made the whole record in 2 days. The only thing we didn't do in that time was the strings. The strings were added later, of course. But we didn't rehearse at all. We just got together, all tested, quarantined, all of the safety stuff, played the record, to track as quick as we possibly could, and went home. You know what I mean? So it was pretty intense.
And the album is, Club 44 Records is releasing the album, and it's, like I said, March 12th, Jesus. You are no stranger to performing musical theater. Your past albums have been full of musical theater, and this album, there is a lot of musical theater or musical theater adjacent songs on this album. You start off with a song from How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, and then you go into Sunny Side of the Street, into Get Happy. What is it about musical theater that you love as a recording vehicle?
Well, my first job as a singer is to tell stories and tell them as sincerely and effectively as I possibly can. You know what I mean? So when I'm dealing with music from the theater repertoire, that's really built in. You know what I mean? We have these incredible lyrics, these beautiful melodies. And, what's interesting to me is taking the songs outside of the shows and applying the story to real life. You know what I mean? Taking it out of the plot and saying, what does this story say about me and my life and my experiences, my past, my future, whatever it is, you know what I mean? In jazz and musical theater and cabaret, we all share this same beautiful songbook. And I just never get tired of digging into it. And, I was raised on both versions. You know what I mean? I would hear the original Broadway cast of Oklahoma singing People Will Say We're in Love. And then I would hear Ella Fitzgerald sing it an hour later, so it all influenced me and it all affected, what I do now.
And I do want to talk about On the Sunny Side of the Street and To Get Happy. It is such a killer arrangement. And I'm just
Thank you.
curious how that arrangement came to be because it's a fun song and it's a fun single on the album.
Thank you. Well, it was arranged by my longtime accompanist who's been with me for over 20 years. I don't know what I would do without him. He's my family, Michael Kanan, who's written millions of arrangements for me in the past and has played on every album. He plays on this one as well. Um, he wrote the arrangement for me for a Judy Garland show that we were touring with a few years ago that celebrated the jazz side of Judy Garland. Because what a lot of people don't realize about her is that she loved jazz, loved singing jazz, loved sitting in with jazz musicians. It was a huge part of her life outside of the movies. So we had this show kind of celebrating that. And the tune, this medley just kind of stuck with us over the years. It was so much fun. And I was looking for something else to fill out this record. I needed like another swinger. I had so many ballads. I needed something fun. And then, it came to me like, man, I got to put this one down. It's the perfect thing for right now, cheer everybody up a little.
Absolutely. And it's the way it just weaves in together and the two songs become one is just a testament to the arrangement because it's a beautiful arrangement. And I have to say, it's probably my favorite song on the album.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're
That's wonderful to hear someone say that because normally it's like the ballads and things are everyone's favorite. You know what I mean? So it's nice to have someone love on a swinger. Thank you.
And you're doing something really fun. You're doing a virtual release for the album and it's at Feinstein's at Vitello's.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about how that whole virtual event came to be.
Well, Vitello's is one of our main sort of jazz clubs here in Los Angeles. We have Vitello's, we have Catalina's, and I love both rooms and I sing in both rooms. But Vitello's is like down the street from me. You know what I mean? So I tend to hang out there a lot and I've become really friendly with everybody. And when I heard that they were starting to do live stream performances out of the venue, I called them up and I was like, you guys, the one in, come on, we're buds, let me do it. And they were like, yeah, totally, come on. So it was just this very friendly arrangement of like, yeah, let's do this. We did one in the end of December and it was really, really fun. And when I did that one, I said to them, I was like, I've got a record coming out in March. Can I do an album release here? And they were like, yes. So it was perfect. And yeah, tomorrow I have a full band, which is a very, very rare occasion these days. I have, piano, bass, drums, and percussion. So that's going to be really, really fun. And, tickets will be on sale for that until the very last minute. So, anyone who's watching this tomorrow on the 12th, the show airs at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST, and you can totally still get tickets right up to the last second.
And we'll put a link in the article for the video where you can still get tickets before this video goes live. Why was now the right time? It's been 5 years since your last album. Why was now the right time for you to release Come What May?
Honestly, really a couple of reasons. Number one, I was just touring really, really intensely and I'm a mom and it was a lot. And I had released 10 albums in like 15 years. And, I didn't feel pressured to put out another album. You know what I mean? There was none of that pressure coming down. So I was kind of focused on the live thing for a while. And I felt like I had enough product in the world for the moment. You know what I mean? But then the pandemic happened, everything slowed down. And I thought, hey, this would probably be a really good time to record. And right around then is when I came in contact with Club 44 Records. And it's just been like a dream working with these guys. I can't say enough about how respected I feel as an artist, as a woman, as just a total human being. I no longer feel like, the like scared little girl sitting in someone's office. I feel like a total respected equal with the people I'm working with there. And it's amazing. I'm really grateful to them. It's been fun. It's been really fun.
Well, and I told you this before we started recording. I've been following your career for, I feel like the last 20 years. I started listening to you when I was in college and I'm so excited for a new Jane Monheit album and just the collection of songs that's on this album is just pure genius. And I'm so excited that the world will have a new album from you. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're
Really.
very welcome. Um, the last thing I want to ask, this video is airing during Women's History Month. Who are some of the women who have championed you, who have been mentors to you, or who you've looked up to in your industry, or maybe even the musical theater industry?
Wow. When it comes to, vocal heroes, the list goes on and on and on. But I've also just had incredible support around me, from the time I was born. My mother, my grandmother, everyone in my family, the women especially, were just, you got this. You're going to do this, kiddo. You're going to grow up and sing. Just get through school. I know they're bullying you. You'll be fine. You know what I mean? Get through it. And all my teachers were the same way. I had teachers around me from the time I was a little tiny kid, these incredibly strong, brilliant women who supported everything I did and believed in me and taught me how to believe in myself. You know what I mean? And then, all the women in the industry, people I've been surrounded by, like my very first manager, who's now since passed on. Her name was Marianne Topper. She changed this business just with the power of her, her womanhood, her business acumen, her knowledge of music. She was astounding. So I've been very, very lucky.
I think we're all fortunate when we have moms and grandmothers who are the first women who champion us to just succeed in life, and I love hearing that from another artist. So the album Come What May, it's out March 12th, which is today technically when this video comes out. I'm so excited for you. Please go listen. This album's out wherever streaming music is available. But Jane Monheit, thank you so much for joining iHeartRadio Broadway today.
Thank you for having me.
iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz. The best or